Hey guys, it's Kelsey, and it is finally time for finishing touches. So I broke this into two parts. It just seemed like a lot for one video. So this first video, we're going to go through the first 8 pages. After I kind of figure out how I'm finishing these pages, it goes a lot quicker. So the second video with the last 10 is actually shorter than this one, which is nice. But you can kind of see what I pulled out. I pulled out my gold Heidi Swapp Color Shine, my black and white Nuvo drops, some Tim Holtz word stickers, and a couple punches and dies. Punches and dies are really my lifesaver if I don't have die cuts, because you can kind of just make your own embellishments. So that's kind of what I ended up doing. You guys saw in the last couple pages I did how I mentioned I wanted to pull in tags as one of the motifs to run throughout the book. Since I added that one tag to that one layout, I thought it just looked really nice and helped beef out the layers a little bit, the same way I like to use the banners throughout the book, and it just kind of gave a different look than all the banners. So I do have like a mini tag die cut, which is adorable. So I'm just going to punch that out of coordinating papers and have that running throughout this book, as well as more like full size tag layers. But for this first one, I really liked this teeny tiny little tag I punched out of the background paper to pull a little green down to that little corner. And then I decided to layer a couple hearts on it, just for a little focal point. I was kind of holding off on adding hearts because I didn't know if it would make the book too girly. But with these die cut hearts, I really like them. I mean, my stepdad loves his dogs, so I think it's appropriate to have hearts running throughout this book. But you see that gold sticker sheet with all the gold puffy hearts behind my Tim Holtz letters. I bought them for this book and then decided not to use them. Once I started adding the die cut hearts and then doing like Nuvo drops as my finishing touch, I kind of felt like the puffy hearts would compete with the Nuvo drops, and I just like the way Nuvo drops look better as a finishing touch. So that's kind of what I decided to go with. But it takes me a while to kind of figure out the flow of how I want to finish all of these. I kind of feel like the pressure is built up as I was making all these pages to finally get to this end portion of the process. But it really went very smoothly once I kind of figured out that this is what I wanted to do. So since I have that little mini tag is green, I decided to do a larger heart in that same pink with a little black heart layered on top, just so all the colors I've used on this page are all represented in this little embellishment, which I think is just super cute. I also really like threading my tags with twine. They just look naked without twine most of the time for me. And that was another thing that was kind of bothering me on the page that I did add a tag. I wasn't sure if I should add twine because it would be the only page in the book that has twine. But since I created this book this way and kind of gave me the opportunity to revisit all these pages for final touches, it gave me that opportunity to go back and add twine to all the little tags that I'm going to add throughout the final touches, so that it's not just going to be one page with a tag and twine. So that makes me feel a lot better because I can give another texture that's not paper to some of these pages with having twine on them. So one thing I definitely want throughout the book is my Tim Holtz word stickers. I think it's such a good, they're very neutral, but for a guy, I feel like the Tim Holtz products have more of that masculine edge, even though it's just a typewriter print. And so I really thought it would be cool to add these words throughout the book. I don't need them on every page, but I definitely want them on most of the pages because there's no text throughout this book. There's no journaling or titles. It's just a bunch of pictures of his dogs. But I kind of feel like I wanted some text somewhere. So using these little word stickers throughout the book kind of give me that feel. So that's kind of how I decided to get around it. This is another thing I'm doing a lot through the finishing touches. I end up cropping most of this out in the later pages. I don't think about it though in this initial portion. I don't want to add foam. I just think it'll add too much dimension once all these pages are together in the book. But I do want some like of the word stickers and other embellishments to have like a smidgen of dimension just so it's not all laying flat. So what I decided to do was to take some of the black scraps that I have from the filler paper of this book and just kind of use it as shims and just do a couple layers of that scrap paper behind the word stickers and a couple other things just so it pops it up a little bit. And I really like the subtle dimension that that gives, and it's just a lot less than the foam would have been. So yeah, that's page 1. I added my gold Heidi Swapp Color Shine and some white Nuvo drops. You see I have the white and the black Nuvo drops out. I kind of thought I might be using both of them throughout the book, maybe alternating which pages I use the white and black. But as I kept doing my pages and my finishing touches, I was realizing I have the black with the die cuts, this paw print on this page, and then the several pages that I included the film strip is black paper. And so I decided to actually just use white Nuvo drops. I really think it helps balance the other black elements that are running throughout the book. So even though I have my black Nuvo drops out, I end up not using them at all. And I also really like that with all the tags, I was kind of trying to decide if I wanted to use my white and gold twine or just like a raw natural twine. But I ended up going with this white and black twine, again, just to tie in that black and white together. And I think it just looks so cool. As you flip through the pages, it just adds a lot of interest. So that's kind of what I decided to go with. But again, just adding a couple more word stickers, some Heidi Swapp Gold Color Shine, and then I'll add some Nuvo drops as well. This page was one where I kind of felt like I didn't need to make like a die cut to go on here as a focal point because I do already have the paw print. But I was kind of looking at it and wanting one extra layer. So I did just get a little scrap of the pink that I have already used on this page. And I'm just going to trim it into a tiny banner and have it coming out from that paw print section just to break up some of the boxiness, but to add a little bit more pink down there. I think it just needed that little extra touch. And that's just another reason why I don't typically wait on finishing touches. I usually do whole pages at a time, but for this mini album, I just think it's so nice because I can kind of walk away from a page and move on, and then when I come back, I kind of have more ideas, and it keeps me from getting stuck that way. So for this one, I actually wanted to make a full-size tag as an embellishment. I have the black film strip running up the right side of the page, but as I'm looking at it now, I kind of feel like that black is making that right-hand side of the layout look a little too heavy, and I want to balance that. So I just took a scrap piece of black and one of my tags from my stash that I just save as a template. And I just trimmed this tag shape, used a hole punch, and just glued a white hole reinforcer onto it. And I'm just going to make this partial tag that's going to layer on top of the fishtail banner, just to add a little black to that side of the page. And that plus the white and black twine, I think, was just what it needed. And it amazes me how just a small little layer like that really rounds out the page. So that's really the only thing I have to add layer wise. And now I'm just doing my finishing touches with my word stickers, Color Shine, and Nuvo drops. So again, I'm going through the process of backing my little word stickers with a couple layers of paper. This is by far what took the longest doing my finishing touches. It would have made my life a lot easier if I would have just used my foam squares, but alas, I had committed to doing it this way, and I really like the end result. I'm really glad I didn't use the foam because, again, I just think it would have made the book too thick with dimension if it was on every page. So this really just did work out better, but it was a pain to go through and do this every single time I wanted to use a word sticker because I think I used 3 layers of paper behind everything I popped up like this. So it was just ridiculous. And I definitely made my life harder on myself for no reason. Well, not for no reason. I like this look better than if I would have used foam, but still. I also do like that it's black paper because you know how sometimes if you see a page from the side and you have the white foam dots behind it, you can kind of see it under the layers. This, with using black paper and it being black word stickers, it just all blends. And I just really think it looks really nice. That page there was super quick. I was happy with what it looked like. So I just added some Nuvo Drops in Color Shine. So some of these pages do go pretty fast. The ones that I kind of feel look more complete. This one, I just felt like it was looking too boxy and there's not enough elements because the elements that are there are just a lot with the multicolor and you know the gold words. But I did want a little focal point on here other than this little life is good. So I decided to create another little mini tag. And these, again, I'm trying to space throughout the book. I don't want a bunch of them all next to each other, but I do want this tag motif to run throughout. So a couple pages ago, I did, you know, the black full-size tag peeking out. Now here's another mini tag. I'm using my little Crafter's Companion diamond press. I got that years and years and years ago when I saw Adele Toomey from Inky Quill use it. And it's only like $20, which is amazing. It came with dies, it came with ink, which is this black ink that I'm still using now. And I love it as a little mini tabletop die cut machine. I fight with mine a lot. I don't know if it's all of them or if I just got a faulty one, but my crank doesn't, I have to fight with this folder going through it, but I kind of figured out how mine likes to be used. But for $20, I'm like, this is amazing. I don't have to pull out my big one to do all these tiny dies. It definitely would be easier if you had punches instead of dies, because you wouldn't have to fight with the die cut machine. But dies are just so nice. It's such a space saver than having, you know, a bunch of punches laying around. So you'll see me fight with it a lot throughout my finishing touch process. So I just wanted to mention what's going on with it. Mine doesn't like to feed the folder through, but I figured it out. But yeah, on this one I just did a white mini tag with, I actually used the multicolor pattern to punch the heart out. And then I think I'm just doing a black mini heart in the middle, just so I'm pulling that black from the frames and the notebook edge punch into the little cluster. So that's pretty much all I need to add for that. And now I'm going to my finishing touches. I just want a couple word stickers or word phrase stickers. And then, of course, my gold Heidi Swapp Color Shine and white Nuvo Drops. I go with 2 phrase stickers here. I wasn't quite sure where I was going to put them. But I ended up putting, you know, one going off of the cut apart and then one going off of the photo. And once I kind of shift it so they both run off the edge, I think that it creates a really nice balance because everything else is very squared up on this page. And I think running the word phrases off the edge really help make it a little more interesting. So here is my Color Shine. And then a couple of the bigger blots that end up happening, I'm just soaking up a little bit of it with paper towel just so it won't take forever to dry. And then again, going in with my Nuvo Drops. I fight with my Color Shine and these white Nuvo Drops because they were both trying to run out on me by the end of this project, and I just barely made it through. So I'm glad they held out and were able to complete this because it would have hated to like do this on every single page and then run out of them like, you know, 3 pages from finishing. But we did it. So this one, I'm adding some die cuts. I'm trying to remember if I think I'm doing a tag. And I just cut out a chunk of this process because I was fighting with that die cut machine. But with this one having that white marbly layer, I thought it would have really be a good chance to pull that pattern in a little bit more. So that's why I decided to go with my mini tag background. I think those little tags are so cute. And then for the hearts, I think I'm going to go in with the green just to add a little bit more color because although the green is the notebook edge on this one, it's only that one small layer around the photo, so including it in this little handmade embellishment I think will help pull it out some more. And then again with this one, the film strip I love, but it's adding that pop of solid black. And I just feel like I need a little bit of it represented elsewhere too, because other than the film strip, it's really just that tiny little mat around the photo. So adding a little bit of black in the tag on the heart is, again, helpful in just rounding out all these colors and making the page feel balanced. So there's my final little heart. This little tag is so cute. I'm going to thread it with some of that black and white twine. Again, I think the black and white twine really mimics the film strip as well, with, you know, the holes that go up the side of the film strip. I think the white and black twine just was a good choice. I'm proud of myself for that. I'll say it. I love the look. And then again, here I wanted the tag to have a tiny bit of dimension, so you can just see me accordion folding a little scrap piece of black to tape to the back of that, just to add a little bit of dimension. And I really like that subtle touch. So again, if this was my own book, I probably just would have been using foam dots and just been like, it worked. But when it's a gift for someone, I don't mind putting in a little extra work to make it look as nice as possible. So now that that's down, I'm going to add my Color Shine and my Nuvo drops. And then I don't even know what number this is. I'm losing track because they're all one after the other. So I'm not sure if we have, I think there's one or two more after this one. This one, I loved this page. I thought it was one of the more complete pages. So this one's really quick. I'm just adding my Color Shine and some Nuvo drops. I don't even think I add word stickers to this one because I think the pop print with the film strip and that black notebook edge punch along the top, I think this one looked nice. So I just did my Color Shine and Nuvo drops on that one and moved on. This one, I kind of felt like the cluster at the top is a nice base for something. So I kind of feel like I just want to add a little something up there to give that area purpose. So, and I know I didn't add word stickers on the last one, so I definitely want to add them on this one. So I just pulled out a couple there that, again, I will go through the process of backing, and I think I might make you watch it. I apologize. The second part of finishing touches, where I do the final 10 pages, I think I cut most of this part out because, again, this is the tedious part of it. But I wanted to include some of it somewhere so you could see what I ended up doing. But if this is too annoying for you, just use foam dots. So I think, oh, do I add a heart up there? I don't know if I do. I think I add some word stickers kind of trickling down from that layery section just to connect it a little bit to the photo. Oh yeah, that's all I do. I wasn't sure if I added a little tag or a heart up there, but yeah, this one I think I just did the word stickers, and then I wanted a longer piece to go down with this other gold medallion. So that's what I ended up doing. Am I doing a heart? I can't remember. These pages all I did back to back. I think I did my finishing touches pretty much. I did all these pages in like 2 or 3 days. So they all blurred together after a while. But I did go in and add a heart. Not sure where it's going, but oh yeah, down there, because I wanted some green. That's what it is. I have this green background, but no green within the layers, and I thought it would be nice to have some green down here in this little embellishment cluster. So I do really like that. So that green heart is down, and then again, backing all these word stickers with little scraps of black. And then even layering a little bit behind this heart, so that whole little mini cluster has a little bit of dimension. And you can really see how ridiculous this process is in this little section. But it worked really well. It's tedious. It is what it is. So yeah. I think at this point I went ahead and just set the black Nuvo drops off to the side because I knew at this point I was not going to use them because I had done however many pages with just the white. So I knew I wasn't going to pull black in. And again, I think that's fine because the word stickers I'm using are all black, and then I have the black die cuts. So that was nice. And then I think it gives a nice pop having the white Nuvo drops around with these other black elements. So I love that as a finishing touch. And then this might be my last one on this in this group. I'm not sure. I know I wanted to pull in another full-size tag as a layer. I thought at first I was going to do the marble and have it peeking in through the top. But I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, I'd change gears and I'd do something else. With the white marble tag, though, I definitely knew I wanted the black hole reinforcer for that contrast. I really do love how this looked. Just for some reason, when I layered it where I was planning on layering it, it just threw the design of the page off. I don't know. It was just weird. I really like the balance of how the layers are right now. Once I add this tag, it was just awkward, and I just didn't like it. So instead of having the white marble tag up there, I decided to trim a green tag and have it coming out from the marble layer on the side instead. And I like that a lot better. I did like how that looked, but I just decided to change gears. I like what I ended up doing better, but that's an option if you like that better. But here I'm going in with a scrap piece of the green, and I think I just wanted some more green on this page too. So on the top, it made sense to have the marble to bring that marble pattern up, but that tag just looked weird. So once I had to change gears and have the tag come out of the bottom, obviously I didn't want a marble white tag coming out of a marble white layer, so having the green instead was good. So just getting that black hole reinforcer glued down, getting it threaded with that black and white twine, and then I don't think I do any dyes on this one. I think I just do my Color Shine and Nouveau drops. I do forget, no, I didn't forget about the word stickers. At some point I forget about word stickers for a couple pages and have to go back and add them, but I think that's in the second part of finishing touches. Again, all the pages are running together. At the end of the next video, which is Final Touches Part 2, I do a pan of my floor where all the layouts are laying out together, drying. So you can see them all laid out together, which I think is nice and a kind of a different way to see all the layouts than when I do the final flip through. So that's kind of interesting. I am planning on I have this one, Final Touches Part 1, I have the next one, Final Touches Part 2, and then I will have the final flip through, and then I'm sneaking in one more video this month just because I couldn't help myself and you guys gave me some good ideas for this book, so I'm not gonna spoil it. You'll have to wait until the flip through to kind of find out what I did. But I'm just gonna do the white Nouveau drops. I think I already did my gold Color Shine, and that's it for part 1. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.